Okay, now today we discuss about speed control of universal motor. So content of today's lecture, first of all we will discuss about universal motor, introduction about the universal motor, then why speed control of universal motor is required, then open loop speed control of universal motor, and speed control of universal motor with speed regulation. Okay, so first of all, we will discuss the basic introduction about universal motor. So universal motor, that means a motor which can be operated either on DC or on single phase AC supply is called a universal motor. That means we can say that this universal motor operates on both supply, whether AC supply is given or DC supply is given. So the motor which can be operated either on DC or on single phase AC supply is called a universal motor. Okay, this is the basic construction of the universal motor. Okay, in which we have a stator winding. This is the stator winding. So here is the stator. So electromagnet is there, and on this electromagnet winding is wound. Okay, so this is the stator winding. Here is the shaft of the motor. This is the stator core. Here is the brushes placed on the commutator. This portion is the commutator and this portion is the rotor. So on the rotor, the outer periphery where slots are made, and on these slots the winding is wound. So this portion is the winding. Okay, so this is the rotor winding. So this is the basic construction of the universal motor. The field winding or the stator winding and rotor winding both are connected in series. So here, since the same current flows through the field winding and armature winding, why the same current is flowing? Because both the winding, stator winding and rotor winding, both are connected in series. So we can say that the same current is flowing through the field winding as well as the armature winding. It follows the AC reversal from positive to negative or from the negative to positive. Okay, so when AC supply is given at that time, whether the positive half cycle is there or negative half cycle is there, during both half cycles the current flowing through each and every component is same. So during positive half cycle, positive current is flowing in field winding and armature winding, as well as during negative half cycle the negative current is flowing through both this winding. Okay, so the product remains positive. Okay, so what happens when AC reversal from positive to negative or from negative to positive will simultaneously affect both the field flux polarity, that means the current direction through the armature. This means that the direction of developed torque will remain positive in both cases, whether during positive half cycle or negative half cycle. When AC supply is given, the developed torque will remain positive and rotation will continue in the same direction. That's why a universal motor can run both on DC as well as AC. Okay, so the characteristics of universal motor are very much similar to those of the DC series motor. It looks like a DC series motor, but the DC series motor develops less torque when operating from an AC supply. Okay, so universal motor operates on both AC as well as DC, but when when we are giving AC supply to DC series motor, it develops less torque compared to the universal motor, because universal motor develops almost the same torque when supply is AC or DC. Okay, so universal motor often run at dangerously high speed when operated at no load. We cannot operate universal motor at no load because it runs at a dangerously high speed when load is not connected. This means that motor speed will be low at full load. So when full load is applied to that motor, at that time the motor speed will be less, but the speed of motor will start increasing as the load on the motor decreases. Okay, so if we decrease the load on the motor, what happens? The speed of the motor will increase. So finally at no load the motor will run at very high speed, that is nearly equal to 20,000 rpm in some cases. Okay, so load is not connected at that time, the speed becomes dangerously high and it is nearly equal to 20,000 rpm and cannot made to run at less than 2,000 rpm. So below 2,000 rpm we cannot make the motor run below the 2,000 rpm. Okay, there are various applications where universal motors are used, like power drills, washing machines, blowers and kitchen appliances. So these are the applications of universal motor, and they are also used for numerous different purposes where speed control and high qualities of speed are necessary. So where speed control is required, Okay, in numerous applications. Okay, we can find universal motor in less than 1000 watts also. The power rating of the universal motor is the less than 1000 watts also. Universal motors of a given horsepower rating are significantly smaller than other kinds of AC motors operating at the same frequency. Okay, so if we compare AC motors with the same frequency, then the horsepower rating of universal motor is significantly smaller compared to other AC motors. Okay, this is the basic introduction about the universal motor. Now, why speed control of universal motor is required? Okay, so as we discussed that it is used in domestic purposes where speed control is required for increasing and decreasing the speed, like washing machine, kitchen appliances, blower, power drills. Okay, so these are the applications in which we are using a universal motor. Okay, so for proper working of that devices, the speed control, or we have to increase or decrease the speed of the motor, so for that purpose the speed control is required. So so proper application of such devices in which universal motor is used, the speed control is required. Now the speed control, that is the open loop speed control of universal motor. Okay, so here is the circuit diagram for open loop speed control of universal motor. Okay, the single phase AC supply is given to the step down transformer, then it is given to the bridge rectifier, then the general diode is also connected. Now come at this point, so this terminal is the positive terminal and this terminal is the negative terminal. Okay, we assume that here is the positive terminal, here is the negative terminal. This is the variable resistor and capacitors, so both are connected in series, that is RC series circuit. Here is the diode, here is the SCR, and motor and SCR are connected in series. Okay, so this is the simple circuit diagram of open loop speed control of a universal motor. The single phase bridge rectifier converts alternating voltage into the direct voltage. Okay, here is the bridge rectifier. The Zener diode provides the constant voltage to RC circuit. The charging of capacitor is done through the variable resistor. Okay, the charging of this capacitor is done through this variable resistor. Okay, so as the value of resistor is changed, according to that the charging of capacitor is changed. Okay, so this capacitor charging depends on the value of this variable resistor. When the voltage across capacitor becomes equal to diode breakover voltage. Okay, when this diode diode turns on, so when the voltage across this capacitor becomes equal to the breakover voltage of this diode. Okay, understood? The voltage across this capacitor, when the voltage across this capacitor becomes equal to the breakover voltage of the diode, at that time this diode turns on. Okay, understood? So breakover voltage of this diode must be equal to the capacitor voltage. So when this capacitor voltage becomes equal to the breakover voltage of diode, this diode turns on. Okay, so as soon as the diode turns on, that means the gate pulse is given to the SCR. Okay, here what happens, as soon as this diode turns on, the gates pulses are given to the SCR. Okay, so this SCR gate terminal receives the gate pulse and therefore this SCR turns on. Okay, and current passes through the universal motor. So as soon as the gate pulse is given to this SCR becomes turned on, and due to it the circuit becomes closed and the current is flowing through this motor. Now the discharging of capacitor is done through diode and gate cathode circuit. Okay, the discharging of capacitor is done through this diode and gate cathode circuit. Okay, discharging of this capacitor is done through this diode and gate cathode circuit, the speed control of universal motor is done through this variable resistor. Okay, so how can we control the speed of universal motor? With the help of this variable resistor. Okay, how this variable resistor is used to control the speed. Okay, so if we assume that the value of resistor are set at higher value, okay, what we are doing, we have to set the value of resistance at high value. Okay, so this variable resistor is set at high value. Okay, so when this value of variable resistor is set at high value, at that time the charging rate of this capacitor decreases. Okay, due to the more value of this resistor, the charging rate of this capacitor decreases, and charging rate of capacitor decreases, that means voltage build up across this capacitor. uh, which voltage that must be a breakover voltage of diode. Okay, so the voltage buildups across this capacitor, which is equal to the breakover voltage of diode, takes more time. So it takes more time to reach the breakover voltage of diode. So voltage across the capacitor to reach the breakover voltage of diode takes more time. Okay, so what happens, this diode takes more time to turn on, and as the diode takes more time to turn on, the gate pulses given to this SCR is also taking more time. Okay, and as the gate pulse given to the SCR takes more time, the SCR becomes turned on in larger time, or it takes more time to turn on the SCR. Okay, so when it takes more time, that means firing angle of the SCR increases, or SCR takes more time to fire. So as the firing angle increases, what happens, it will decrease the motor speed. Okay, so there are several methods to control the speed of universal motor, understood? So if the value of resistance set is low, the charging rate of capacitor increases, that means the voltage across this capacitor to reach the breakover voltage of this diode takes less time. So this diode turns on in less time, that means the triggering pulse given in less time, that means the firing angle decreases. Firing angle decreases, that means the speed of the motor will increase. Okay, so this is the open loop speed control. Now in this what happens, just we have to set the value of this register. Okay, by setting the value of register, we can increase or decrease the firing angle of SCR, and according to that the speed of motor will increase or decrease. But if the load will increase or decrease, then the speed will also increase or decrease. Okay, so this speed control is the open loop speed control. Now next is the speed control with speed regulation. Okay, so generally what happens, the back EMF is proportional to speed. Okay, and proportional to EB over phi. If we talk about the DC motor, then so speed N is directly proportional to EB over phi, and if we forget the phi, then speed is directly proportional to back EMF. Okay, so we have to use, or we have to sense the speed of motor. So why? So back EMF and speed both are directly proportional. Okay, so if we speed the sense, then we can also sense the back EMF. Okay, so in this circuit speed control with speed regulation, so here is the AC supply, resistance R1 is the fixed value resistor, R2 is the variable, or we can say that the potentiometer type resistor, and diode D1. So these three are connected in series. Here from the potentiometer terminal, diode D2 is connected, and through this diode D2 the gate pulse is given to the SCR. Okay, from AC supply terminal it is connected to SCR, and SCR is connected, cathode terminal of SCR is connected to the motor. So this motor and SCR are connected in series. This is the universal motor. Okay, so the components are R1, potentiometer resistor R2, diode D1, diode D2, SCR and universal motor. This is the circuit diagram for speed control of universal motor with speed regulation. Okay, so generally what happens, the speed is directly proportional to back EMF. Okay, now we assume that when terminal A, here we assume that this is the A terminal and this is the B terminal. Okay, so when terminal A becomes positive with respect to B terminal, so this is the positive terminal, this is the negative terminal we assume. Okay, so this A terminal is positive with respect to this B terminal. At that time the diode D2 becomes forward biased and gate cathode current flows through the SCR. Okay, what happens when A terminal becomes positive and B becomes negative? At that time this diode D2 becomes forward biased and gate cathode current flows. Okay, so this gate cathode current will flows, or in another words we can say that gate pulses are given to the SCR. Okay, what happens when A terminal becomes positive with respect to B terminal? At that time diode D2 becomes forward biased and gate cathode current will flow, or we can say that the gate pulses are given. Okay, so at that time what happens, this SCR becomes turned on, and as soon as the SCR turn on, what happens, the current is also flowing through this motor in this path. Okay, so this is the path, closed path. Okay, so when during negative half cycle diode blocks this current. Okay, now speed control is done by using the potentiometer R2. Okay, so speed control, okay, we want to control the speed of this universal motor, so it can be controlled by using this potentiometer resistor R2. Okay, with the help of this potentiometer resistor we can control the speed of universal motor. So firing of SCR and speed depends upon value of R2. So as per the selection of value of this R2 resistor,
हेलो सर, बाहर निकला हर्षराज.
हाँ आई थिंक डिस्कनेक्ट થઈ ગયા છે.
ओके.
Speed control of universal motor depends upon the value of R2 register. Okay. Okay, so firing of SCR and the speed of universal motor depends upon the value of resistor R2. Okay, now here voltage available at potentiometer point and back EMF are compared. So in this method, what happens? What we have to do? The back EMF of this universal motor. Okay, back EMF of this universal motor and the voltage available at the potentiometer terminal. Okay, potentiometer point. Okay, these two voltages are compared. So whatever voltage available at the potentiometer point and back EMF of motor. Okay, so these two voltages are compared. Okay, and if what happens if potentiometer voltage is greater than back EMF, if the potentiometer terminal voltage is greater than the back EMF of the voltage at that time, this diode D2 becomes forward biased. Okay, so this diode D2 becomes forward biased. That means the gate pulses are given to the SCR and this SCR becomes turned on. Okay, and as soon as the SCR becomes turned on, supply is given to the DC motor and the speed of motor will increase. Okay, now as the supply is given to this universal motor, that means speed increases, and as the speed increases, that means the back EMF of motor also increases. Okay, back EMF of motor will also increases. Now what happens? Once again, the back EMF and the potentiometer terminal voltage are compared. Okay, so now at that time what happens? What happens? This back EMF becomes greater than the potentiometer terminal voltage. Okay, so now as the back EMF of motor is greater than the potentiometer terminal voltage, what happens? This D2 diode becomes reverse biased, and as soon as the D2 diode becomes reverse biased, what happens? The gate pulses are not given to the SCR and this SCR becomes off. Okay, so now SCR becomes off. That means what happens? Supply is disconnected from the motor. It becomes the open circuited. So the supply is disconnected from the motor. Now as soon as the supply is disconnected from the motor, what happens? The speed of the motor reduces. Okay, and as the speed of motor decreases, what happens? Speed of motor decreases. That means the back EMF decreases because both are directly proportional. Okay, so as the speed of motor decreases, the back EMF of motor decreases, and as the back EMF of motor decreases, now it will be compared with the potentiometer terminal voltage. So here once again what happens? The potentiometer terminal voltage becomes greater than the back EMF of the motor. Now what happens? As the potentiometer terminal voltage becomes greater than the back EMF, this D2 diode becomes forward biased, and as the D2 diode becomes forward biased, the gate pulses are given to the SCR and SCR becomes turned on. As soon as the SCR turns on, what happens? The supply is connected to the DC motor, and as the supply is connected to the universal motor, what happens? The speed of motor increases, and speed of motor increases, that means the back EMF of motor increases. Okay, so now if we assume that the load will increase or decrease, okay, so when load increases, at that time the speed of motor decreases. Speed of motor decreases, that means back EMF decreases, and back EMF decreases, that means this potentiometer terminal voltage becomes greater than the back EMF, and D2 diode becomes forward biased. SCR gate pulses are given to the SCR. SCR becomes turned on. Supply is given to the motor, and the speed of motor will increase. Okay. Now we are assuming that a load is reduced on this motor. Okay, so when load is reduced on this motor, that means the speed of the motor increases. Speed of the motor increases, that means the back EMF of motor increases, and back EMF motor becomes greater than the terminal voltage of this potentiometer. So at that time what happens? The D2 diode becomes reverse biased, Okay, and gate pulses are not given to SCR, and this SCR becomes turned on. So supply is disconnected from this motor, and as the supply is disconnected from the motor speed will reduce. So in this manner we can sense the speed in the manner of back EMF. Okay, so uh, speed is sensed in the manner of back EMF, and this back EMF is compared with the potentiometer terminal voltage. If potentiometer terminal voltage is greater than the back EMF, diode D2 forward biased and SCR becomes turned on and supply is given to the motor. If back EMF of motor is greater than the potentiometer terminal voltage, at that time D2 diode becomes reverse biased, pulses are not given to the SCR becomes turned off and supply is disconnected from the motor. Okay, so in this manner the speed is sensed in the manner of back EMF, and then the speed control is done with the speed regulation. Okay, so as the load changes the speed will change, and according to that the supply voltage is given to the motor through the SCR, and this SCR becomes turned on and off through this diode D2. Okay, so this is the speed control of universal motor with speed regulation, that is the closed loop speed control of universal motor. The previous one is the open loop speed control, in which if load will increase or decrease, we cannot sense this reduction or increment in the speed. Okay, we can only control the speed. Okay, which is not sensed. Okay, or in open loop control the speed regulation is not done, but here the speed control with speed regulation is done for universal motor. Okay, so today we discussed about the, just we briefed the today's topic. So speed control of universal motor. So universal motor is a motor which can be operated either on AC or single phase AC or DC, is called a universal motor. In this universal motor the torque remains in the unidirection or the same direction, whether it operates for positive half cycle or negative half cycle. That means the rotation is in the same direction. Okay, that's why it operates on DC and AC both. Okay, does it look like a DC series motor? It runs at a dangerously high speed. In some cases the speed is 20,000 rpm, and we cannot control the speed below 2000 rpm. Okay, applications of the universal motor is the power drill, washing machine, blowers, and different type of kitchen applications. So it applied in the domestic purposes also. So the speed control is required for various applications. Okay, this is the open loop speed control, in which the SCR is turned on and off by this diode. Okay, so when capacitor voltage becomes equal to this diode breakover voltage, at that time this diode turns on and gate pulse is given to the SCR, and SCR becomes on and supply is. Okay, so the value of speed control depends on the variable register value. When the value of register is supply is given to the motor, or it takes more time to give supply to the motor. Okay, and speed will reduce. Okay, at that time the SCR becomes turned on and supply is connected. When back EMF is greater than the terminal voltage of potentiometer, at that time D2 diode becomes reverse biased. Gate pulses are not given. SCR becomes off. Speed of motor reduces, that means the back EMF reduces. And when this back EMF becomes less than this potentiometer terminal voltage. At that time, this D2 diode becomes forward bias. Gate pulses are given to the SCR. SCR becomes on. Supply is given to the motor. So speed of motor increases. Speed of motor increases. That means the back EMF increases. And when this back EMF becomes greater than the terminal voltage of potentiometer, at that time D2 diode becomes reverse bias. Gate pulses are not given. SCR becomes off. It becomes open circuited. Supply is disconnected. So in this manner, in this we sense the back EMF of the motor and it is compared with the potentiometer terminal voltage. Okay, so up to this point we will stop here.